session under food technology, we will be learning about balanced diet and importance of food at different stages of life. Food, as we all know, is a basic necessity and is vital to nourish the body. It is essential right from the womb until the tomb. Food may be defined as anything solid or liquid which, when consumed, meets the requirements of energy, body building, repair, regulation and protection due to the nutrients present in it. Intake of the right quality and quantity of food can ensure good nutrition and health, which may be evident in our appearance, efficiency and emotional well-being. Different nutrients present in the food are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Nutrient requirements are the quantities of nutrients that healthy individual must obtain from food to meet their physiological needs. The recommended dietary allowances or RDA are estimates of nutrients to be consumed daily to ensure the requirements of all individuals in a given population. The Indian Council of Medical Research or the ICMR has provided RDA for Indians. Nutrition, in simple words, has been defined as food at work in the body. Nutritional science includes the study of nutrients and other substances in the food, their absorption, assimilation, biosynthesis, catabolism and excretion. Diet, on the other hand, refers to whatever we eat or drink each day. It includes use of specific intake of nutrients at right amounts to meet the nutritional needs for overall health or modification with specific restriction of nutrients during a disease state, which is also called as therapeutic diets. A diet balanced in the required amounts of nutrients play a vital role in meeting the nutritional needs of normal individuals and during special conditions such as pregnancy and lactation. It is also important for patients with a disease or to those who are recovering from an illness. When the diet is deficit in certain nutrients, they reflect as acute deficiency disorders such as goiter, protein energy malnutrition, night blindness, anemia, etc., or as chronic diseases such as cardiovascular diseases and cancer. Lifestyle and diet play a major role in preventing and managing diseases. With this background, we all have many questions regarding food and diet, like what do foods provide, which food provides what nutrients, when do we call our diet complete or balanced, is the requirement for an adolescent same as an elderly person? To understand these aspects, this session has been divided into 5 major subdivisions, namely functions of food, food groups, dietary guidelines of ICMR to ensure a balanced diet at different stages of life, food pyramid and food plate. Firstly, functions of food. Food has various functions in our lives. Functions of food may be classified according to their role as physiological, social and psychological functions. Let us have a look into each of this function of food. Physiological functions of food. According to their role at the physiological level in the body, foods are classified as the following: energy yielding foods, body building foods, protective and regulatory foods, and foods that help in maintenance of health. Let us understand each of the categories in detail. Energy yielding foods. Foods rich in carbohydrates and fats are called as energy yielding foods. They provide energy to sustain the involuntary processes essential for continuance of life, to carry out various voluntary activities and to convert food ingested into usable nutrients in the body. The energy needed to carry out these work is obtained from oxidation of food. Cereals, roots, tubers, dry fruits, oil, butter and ghee are all good sources of energy. Carbohydrates and proteins provide 4 kilocalories of energy per gram, whereas fats and oils provide 9 kilocalories of energy per gram. Body building foods. Foods rich in protein are called as body building foods. These foods help to maintain life, repair or replace worn out tissue and promote growth. They also supply energy. Milk, meat, eggs and fish are rich in proteins of high biological value. Pulses and nuts are good sources of protein, but the proteins are of relatively lower biological value than animal protein. Protective and regulatory foods. Foods rich in proteins, minerals and vitamins are known as protective and regulatory foods. They are essential for health and regulate activities such as maintenance of body temperature, muscle contraction, control of water balance, clotting of blood, removal of waste products from the body, maintaining heartbeat and to improve immunity. Milk, egg, liver, fruits and vegetables are protective foods. Foods that help in maintenance of health. Food is a source of phytochemicals and antioxidants which help in neutralizing the deleterious effect of free radicals which damage the biological tissues, thus preventing a wide array of degenerative diseases. Food plays an important role in preventing chronic diseases like cancer, cardiovascular diseases and in management of diseases such as hypertension and diabetes. Such foods can be termed as functional foods. Few examples of foods that are rich in phytochemicals and antioxidants are green leafy vegetables, fruits, vegetables and spices. The next role of food is the social function. Food has always been the central part of our social existence. Humans are social beings and food has been a part of our community, culture and religion. Special foods are distributed as benediction in religious places. Cultural changes are observed in the preparation of food and pattern of diet in different regions of the country. Whether fasting or feasting, food has acquired religious importance. It is a token of expressing gratitude, love, friendship and happiness. Food is the central part of various occasions such as birth, naming ceremony, birthday, festivals and marriages. It connects our social life and symbolizes social acceptance. Hence, food is an integral part of our social well-being. Psychological functions of food. In addition to satisfying physiological and social needs, food also satisfies certain emotional needs of human beings. These include a sense of security, love and acceptance. For example, preparation of a delicious food for family members is a token of love and affection. Food influences greatly on our psychological well-being. Certain amino acids such as tryptophan, phenylalanine, tyrosine and methionine are precursors of neurotransmitters that influence our psychological well-being such as serotonin, dopamine, noradrenaline and gamma-aminobutyric acid. Dietary deficiency of amino acids, carbohydrates and essential fatty acids has been linked to psychological disorders such as depression and anxiety. Our next topic of discussion is food groups. Foods have been classified into different groups depending on their nutritive value and for the ease to plan a diet. They have been grouped as basic 4, basic 5 and basic 7 food groups. Significance of the 5 food group system is planning wholesome balanced menus to achieve nutritional adequacy, assessing nutritional status, that is a brief diet history of an individual can disclose inadequacy of food and nutrients from any of the 5 groups. Let us have a look into the different food groups. The basic 7 food groups. In 1943, during World War II, the United States Department of Agriculture or the USDA introduced a nutrition guide promoting the basic 7 food groups to help maintain nutritional standards under wartime food rationing. This nutrition guide was used from 1943 until 1956. The basic 7 food groups were green and yellow vegetables which provide carotenoids, ascorbic acid and iron, oranges, tomatoes, grapefruit, raw cabbage and salad greens which provide ascorbic acid, potatoes and other vegetables and fruits which provide vitamin, minerals and fibers, milk and milk products which provide calcium, phosphorus, protein and vitamins, meat, poultry, fish, eggs, dried beans, peas, nuts or peanut butter which provides protein, phosphorus, iron and B vitamins, bread, flour and cereals which provide thiamine, niacin, riboflavin, carbohydrates and fiber, and lastly butter and fortified margarine which provides vitamin A and fat. The basic 4 food groups. The basic 4 food groups were introduced by the USDA in the year 1956 and were used as a nutrition guide until 1992. The foods were categorized as vegetables and fruits, milk, meat, cereals and bread. In India, the Indian Council of Medical Research or the ICMR recommended the 5 food groups which include cereals, grains and products, pulses and legumes, milk and meat products, fruits and vegetables, and lastly the fats and sugar. The most commonly used food group system is the 5 basic food groups as recommended by ICMR. Let us learn about foods that fall under each group. Cereals, grains and products. The commonly used cereals are rice, wheat, barley, oats and rye. Different millets used in Indian diet are ragi, bajra, maize, jowar, little millet or samai, kodo millet or varagu, etc. The cereal products include flakes, flour and puffed products. Pulses. The pulses are classified as pulses, beans and peas. Pulses include Bengal gram, black gram, green gram, red gram, lentils, cowpea and horse gram. Beans include broad bean, field bean, haricot bean, shell bean, lima bean and moth bean, and peas includes green peas. Milk and meat products. Milk includes curd, milk, cheese, khoa and cream, and meat products include chicken, fish, egg, beef, mutton, pork and organ meats. Fruits and vegetables. Fruits are further classified under berries, citrus fruits, drupes, grapes, melons and pomes. Few of the examples are mango, guava, tomato, papaya, orange and watermelon. Vegetables are further classified under green leafy vegetables, roots and tubers and other vegetables. Green leafy vegetables include amaranth, spinach and drumstick leaves, coriander leaves, mustard leaves, fenugreek leaves and cabbage. Roots and tubers include beetroot, carrot, onion, potato, radish, tapioca, sweet potato and yam. Other vegetables include brinjal, lady's finger, capsicum, beans, drumstick, cauliflower, bottle gourd and snake gourd. Fats and sugar. Fats include butter, ghee, hydrogenated fats and cooking oils such as groundnut, mustard and coconut oil, and sugars include sugar and jaggery. Dietary guidelines of ICMR to ensure a balanced diet. The ICMR has provided guidelines for Indians to ensure balanced diet. The guidelines are as follows. Choosing variety in the daily diet is not only appealing but also provides nutrients and promotes good health because a single food cannot provide all the nutrients. A diet consisting of foods from several food groups provides all the required nutrients in proper amount. Cereals, millets and pulses are major source of most nutrients. Milk, which provides good quality proteins and calcium, must be an essential item of the diet, particularly for infants, children and women. Oils and nuts are calorie-rich foods and are useful for increasing the energy density and quality of food. Inclusion of egg, flesh foods and fish enhances the quality of diet. However, vegetarians can derive almost all the nutrients from diets consisting of cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruits and milk-based diets. Vegetables and fruits provide protective substances such as vitamins, minerals and phytonutrients. Diversified diets with a judicious choice from a variety food groups provide the necessary nutrients. A normal adult requires 1900 to 2300 kilocalories per day. A balanced diet of an adult should comprise of all the food groups in the right proportions to meet the nutrient requirement. The ICMR has provided guidelines and portions of each food group to be included each day to make the diet complete or balanced. The portions of food groups to be included by an adult with sedentary activity to achieve balanced diet is displayed on the screen. For example, 12 portions of 30 grams of cereal is required to meet the caloric requirements each day for an sedentary adult man. Therefore, the diet should include 360 grams of cereals. The number of portions of cereals to be provided in the diet for a woman is lesser than for an adult man, that is 9 portions of 30 grams of cereals should be included to provide 270 grams of cereals per day. Similarly, 60 grams of pulses, 300 ml of milk and milk products, 300 gram of vegetables, 100 grams of fruits, 20 to 25 grams of fats and oil and 20 to 25 grams of sugar should be included in the diet for a normal adult. Balanced diet at different stages of life. Firstly, nutritional requirements during infancy. During early infancy, much of the nutrient requirements are met by breast milk, whereas after 6 months, 70% of the needs can be achieved by breastfeeding and 30% by supplementary foods. The energy requirements for infants are higher than adults per unit body weight, that is, infants require 108 kilocalories per kg body weight, whereas adults require 40 kilocalories per kg body weight. The protein, calcium and phosphorus needs are also higher than adults per unit body weight, since the demand for skeletal and muscle growth is higher in infants. The protein requirements are 2 grams per kg body weight. Foods such as diluted and strained vegetables and fruit juices, milk up to 120 to 180 ml per day, sprouted and dried cereal gruels, sprouted and dried pulse porridge can be supplemented during late infancy. Germinated cereals and pulses are rich in enzyme amylase, which aids in digestion. Nutritional requirements for preschoolers and school children, that is aged between 1 to 12 years. During schooling, the nutritional requirements for protein, iron and pyridoxine increases. There is an increase in total body size along with muscle mass and bone growth. Energy, protein, calcium and iron deficiencies are the most common nutrient deficiencies observed during schooling. Hence, milk, egg, greens, pulses and cereals should be provided sufficiently in the diet. The protein requirement is 1.5 to 2 grams per kg body weight. Energy dense, bodybuilding and protective foods are important for children of age 1 to 12 years. Protective foods such as fruits help in fighting infections, which is common among school-going children. Nutritional requirements during adolescence, that is of age 13 to 18 years. Adolescence is the time period between childhood and adulthood. The major changes in the physiology include influence of hormones, which result in physical, biochemical and emotional development. During this period, the final accelerated growth spurt occurs with respect to height and weight, and the maximum height is attained. These changes demand for nutrients such as energy, protein, minerals and vitamins. The energy requirements for adolescents range between 2000 to 2500 kilocalories. Protein requirements are 1.5 gram per kg body weight and calcium of 600 to 800 mg per day. Adolescent girls are at greater physiological stress than boys because of menstruation. Therefore, for growth, maturation and bone development, bodybuilding, protective foods and foods rich in calcium and iron are essential during adolescence. Nutritional requirements for adults. The energy and protein requirements per unit body weight are lesser for adults than infants and children aged 1 to 12 years. Protein is 1 gram per kg body weight, which is around 60 grams of protein per day, and fat is 20 to 25 gram per day. The portion size of different food groups to be included in the diet to meet the nutritional requirements of adults per day has been discussed earlier. Nutritional requirements during pregnancy. Nutritional requirements during pregnancy are of utmost importance to the mother and the growing fetus. Good nutritional status before and during conception will ensure lesser complications. 500 mg per day of folic acid supplementation has proven to be beneficial before planning pregnancy and during pregnancy to prevent neural tube defects. Pregnant women need an additional 300 kilocalories of energy, 15 grams of protein, 10 grams of fat, 600 mg of calcium and 8 to 10 mg of iron than normal adult women. The body demands requirement of all the nutrients in right amounts during pregnancy. Therefore, diet comprising of energy dense, body building and protective foods, especially egg, fish, fruits and vegetables, nuts and green leafy vegetables are essential during pregnancy. As discussed in table regarding the portion size and number of different food groups for normal adult, pregnant women require an additional 2 portions of fats and oils, 2 portions of milk, 1 portion of fruits and half portions of green leafy vegetables. Nutritional requirements during lactation. The nutritional requirements of lactating mothers should meet the needs for post-pregnancy tissue repair, daily nutritional needs of the infant and for production of milk. Nutritional needs are greater during lactation than during pregnancy. The body demands requirement of all the nutrients in right amounts during lactation. Fluid intake of 2 to 3 liters per day is essential to prevent dehydration during lactation. An additional 550 kilocalories of energy, 25 grams of protein, 25 grams of fat, 600 mg of calcium is required for lactating mothers than normal adult women. An additional 1 portion of cereals, 2 portions of pulses, 2 portions of fat or oil, 2 portions of milk, 1 portion of fruits and half portions of green leafy vegetables are required during lactation than normal adults. Between 6 to 12 months of lactation, diet intake should be gradually brought back to normal. Nutritional requirements during old age. The energy requirements during old age are lesser than adults due to decreased activity. The requirement of protective foods is essential during old age to prevent damage from free radicals and oxidative stress related degenerative diseases. 10 to 12% of total calories should be from protein and 50% from carbohydrates. The requirements for calcium is higher and is 1000 mg per day for postmenopausal women. Saturated fats should be limited in the diet. 20 grams of fiber every day is essential to prevent bowel discomfort. However, rough bran, fiber and mature vegetables are not recommended. Fiber from tender vegetables and fruits are advisable, therefore, number of portion of cereals and millets is reduced by 3 for elderly men and 2 portions for elderly women, and an extra portion of fruits is added. Food pyramid and food plate. A diet is optimum or balanced when it consists of food from several food groups, provide all the required nutrients in proper amounts and provide phytochemicals, antioxidants and nutraceuticals to promote health. A balanced diet should provide 50 to 60% of the calories from complex carbohydrates, 10 to 15% from protein and 20 to 30% from visible and invisible fat. A balanced diet helps in meeting the nutrient requirements, improves immunity and cognition, prevents diseases, reduces stress and helps in improving the overall quality of life. Later in 1992, the USDA introduced the Food Guide Pyramid as a general plan of what to eat each day. The Food Guide Pyramid is a valuable tool for planning a health promoting diet. By incorporating the principle of balance, variety and moderation, an individual can still eat their favorite foods while following the Food Guide Pyramid. A balanced diet should comprise 50 to 60% of calories from complex carbohydrates, which is the major part of the diet, thus making it the base of the food pyramid. Therefore, 6 to 11 servings of cereals are recommended. Protective foods are essential in providing vitamins, minerals and fiber. Therefore, 3 to 5 servings of vegetables and 2 to 4 servings of fruits form the next level of food pyramid. 2 to 3 servings of pulses, milk and milk products, egg, meat and fish form the next level of food pyramid to meet 10 to 15% of protein of total calories. The tip of the food pyramid has sugars, fats and oils which are to be used sparingly since they are energy dense food. India's National Institute of Nutrition published the dietary guidelines for Indians, which includes the food pyramid. The pyramid has a base of beans, cereals, milk and legumes to be included adequately, a second layer of vegetables and fruits to be included liberally, a third layer of fish, meat, eggs and oils to be taken moderately, and an apex of fatty, salty and sugary food to be eaten sparingly. Accompanying the food pyramid is a recommendation of regular exercise and physical activity, as well as warnings against drinking alcohol and smoking. My Plate. My Plate is the current and latest nutrition guide published by the USDA, a food circle that is a pie chart depicting a place setting with a plate and glass divided into 5 food groups. It replaced the USDA's My Pyramid guide on June 2, 2011, ending the 19 years of USDA food pyramid diagrams. My Plate is divided into sessions of approximately 30% of cereals, 40% of vegetables, 10% of fruits and 20% protein, accompanied by a smaller circle representing dairy such as a glass of milk or a yogurt cup, providing knowledge on what proportions of food groups to be included in what quantities in order to make a diet balanced in all the nutrients. To conclude, food is the basic necessity of life. Different food groups provide different nutrients. Right food in optimum amounts is essential in meeting the nutritional requirements of individuals depending on their physiological state. Dietary requirements vary at different stages of life. The food pyramid and food plate provides information on variety of foods that can be included at right proportions to meet the daily requirements. I hope this session was useful to you. Hope to see you in further sessions. Thank you.